just returned from closed session. We have nothing to report out. And we have all board members in attendance tonight. Do we have any public comments on closed session? No? And then, sorry, I'm catching up here. Tori, do we have any deletions or corrections to the agenda?
No, we do not.
Okay, we're all gonna do the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. First up on our presentations and recognitions, challenge coins. I was just wondering if we wanted to do the student ones first. But, Mrs. Pichette, we have preschool and ELOP first.
Good evening, Board of Trustees, Dr. Gibson and Cabinet. When I thought about who stood out, who embodied hard work and dedication, it made me take a moment to self-reflect on my own work. And I admit, I am my own worst critic. Even when I do a good job, I always wonder how I could have been better. I rarely celebrate my own wins. I take comfort in the fact that the formula for success comes from making many mistakes, and I've definitely made my share. I don't believe, however, that I'm alone in my thoughts of being self-critical about my work, which makes me even more grateful that our superintendent created this Challenge Coin program to publicly honor the work that our ACUSD and ACOE employees do every day. Thank you, Dr. Gibson. So our first honoree in child development started the year off as an instructional aide for Ione State Preschool. The California State Preschool program is very compliance heavy in that there are many T's to cross and many I's to dot. She quickly caught my eye as someone who was astute and hardworking. Most importantly, she loved the children she served. We had an opening in our department for a 6-hour admin assistant position, and it was clear after interviews that she was the perfect fit. If I could choose the perfect admin assistant, that person would be quick, kind, and loyal. She encompasses all of those attributes. There will be times that I'm in my office in a serious exchange with another individual, and she will enter with information that I need without me even asking for it. She foresees issues and takes care of them before they get out of control. And most of all, she's a master of her craft. And for those reasons, I proudly present this challenge coin to Andrea Rotar. Our second honoree began her tenure as a preschool teacher on August 15th, 2002. She has been in the same classroom, a very small portable, room 13 on Ione Elementary's campus ever since. Needless to say, she's looking forward to moving to the new campus in 2 years to a much bigger, brand new classroom. This person is dependable, knowledgeable, but most importantly, she loves the students and families that she serves. Her school community suffered a horrible tragedy, and she was a leader and a source of comfort to her students and families. Although sad and distraught, she showed up and offered comfort and solace to those that needed care. And for all of that, I proudly present this challenge coin to Shannon Blake. Lastly, and a bit of a surprise to this individual, there's one more in our department that I would be remiss if I did not honor her tonight. She is my right-hand human. She is tough and kind. She leads with compassion, and those she serves trust her immensely. She began this year as a brand new leader, never before filling a leadership role. She is coachable and wise, fearless and humble. I have very high expectations for leaders that serve under me, and she has met or exceeded every challenge I have presented her. She rode this storm with me this last year and helped to create systems that benefit all students in our community. On top of all of that, she is a single mom doing it all by herself. I am so amazingly proud of her, and I proudly present this challenge coin to Bree Cadeau. We have 2 more ELOP to present tonight, and Bree's going to be presenting those.
Hi, good evening. My name is Bree. I'm the ELOP supervisor, and I am happy to announce our 2 honorees. Our first honoree began with ELOP in 2022 at our Ion Elementary School site. She has worked tirelessly to make her classroom a welcoming and supportive environment and truly cares about the well-being of her students. Jamie has built positive relationships with parents and campus staff and is effortlessly able to lead her site team to success. She often goes out of her way to help ELOP as a whole by volunteering at events, asking the tough questions, and offering advice to fellow coworkers. She truly encompasses all things the Expanded Learning Opportunities Program has become, with a smile on her face and a light of positivity. It is my honor to have her as a member of our team. I happily present this challenge coin to Miss Jamie Guthrie. Our second honoree began as a parent of the program and has now become an instructor at Jackson Elementary. She has transformed the program and has truly set each student up for success. Alex has been able to adapt and overcome all obstacles thrown her way this school year and has become an invaluable leader for the staff and students at her site. She is currently working toward her teaching credential and utilizes all platforms of information when implementing her program. Alex is fair, kind-hearted, and level-headed, and we are grateful that she has joined us this year. I happily present this challenge coin to Alejandra Rodriguez.
So we do take photos of all of our coin recipients, so they're gonna make their way to a good spot for that. Next on our list is Mrs. Ramos for Amador High School. She's coming.
Good evening, and thank you for this opportunity to share how wonderful Amador High School is. The stars shine bright when the night is darkest. I cannot tell a lie, we've had a rough year at Amador High School. But when things feel and look dark, I was told in my youth to look towards the stars for light and guidance. We have several stars that have shined brightly this year at Amador. My first one, a true leader of the herd, the go-to guy for not only teachers, but staff and administration. Words of wisdom and maybe some sarcasm. He's a rock, Greg Wall. We're gonna have to do the balloons later. We had an issue. Amador. That was Butch's fault. Okay. All right. Next one, our right-hand man since day one. He is our campus supervisor that is a friend that is trusted not only by the staff, but by the students. He cares about students' well-being and strives to create a safe and supportive environment for all. Brandon Wright. I don't know if he's there. My next one, she is the one who steps up, an innovator of making things easier for all via the computer. Volunteers to help out wherever she can and sees a need. Angela Cowan. As a counselor, she has always gone above and beyond to help our students and admin team. She has helped navigate the tough year and has been a leader and a support system to all. Laura Eichmann. The next one is an amazing counselor and deserves all the recognition in the world for the difference she has made for all of us at Amador High School. She is the student's #1 advocate, and this is Kelly Thompson. She's not good. She has an enthusiasm for math and dedication to her students is truly amazing. She is a problem solver, not only in math, but for our school needs as well. She is solution-oriented and truly finds the logical way. We appreciate her willingness to share. Allison Signorati. Next, our guru of special education for questions and needs. She is patient and kind with her students and goes above and beyond to ensure that individual students' needs are met. She has worked very long hours to keep up with our special ed caseload, and this is Stephanie Bramer. Another special ed teacher that has gone above and beyond. We only have her for part-time on our campus, but oh, what an impact she has made. She has faced a hard year with challenging caseloads, and we see her, Jana Finarelli. This next one, oh yes, we have a lot of things happening right now. Next one, not only is she a valuable asset to as a teacher's aide, she is an asset to the whole campus. She has stepped up to help clean up and check out computers, books, and textbooks. We truly appreciate her. Jolene Middlestadt. So the next two people are out. Our Ag World and CTE is great and runs like a well-oiled machine because of Carly Benner and Ryan Mendoza. Countless hours have been spent throughout the years keeping our Ag students coming and going. And of course, they aren't here tonight because they have the FFA banquet. But Carly Benner and Ryan Mendoza. All right, next we have an amazing individual that is always willing to lend a hand. Her ceramics class is a much-loved class by many, and she has once again made a yearbook that she is proud of, and I'm sure we'll be proud of too. Jenny Neely. A Spanish teacher that travels around the world with our students. He provided our students with the opportunity to travel to France over spring break. He has also been one of our #1 volunteers whenever is needed. This is Orlando Morazan. And I believe he's at a concert tonight. And then last but not least, this person is a huge part of our Amador team. Most people don't see her. She keeps our campus clean and she takes pride in her work. Gabby Lopez. So before we go, I did find a quote that I absolutely loved, and it's a reflection of Amador. It's by Victor Hugo. Even the darkest nights will end and the sun will rise. The sun is rising thanks to all these amazing stars from Amador High School. Thank you. Oh, and then we have some cookies for all of you.
Thank you so much. Are they doing the pictures outside? Yeah. Okay. And pictures are outside, so don't run away. Okay, next we have Educational Services and Mr. Snyder. Oh, wait, Sean, hang on one second.
I did, I just didn't read. Hold on.
Hold on. Haley, hold off on the photo.
Hold off. Mr. Porta.
I blame Butch with the balloons. It distracted me.
I did. So I'll just say, Mr. Porta is our utility person. He has stepped up to, not only does he teach culinary arts, but he also teaches, also helps with our computers. And he has been our go-to guy whenever we needed a sub. Mr. Porta, I did not forget you. You're amazing. Thank you. Okay, I'm done. Sorry.
The stars are left for you.
Thanks.
Okay, now Educational Services. Thank you. I have 4 people I'd like to recognize tonight with our challenge coins. The first person, I'm just going to call their name and have them come up. Sinead Clement. So, Sinead this year made the big leap from teacher to director, and I can't think of many people who could do that, but also I can't think of anyone more qualified to do that than Sinead. She has the respect of her colleagues and the relationships that she's established to be able to do the tough work that she's embarked on this year, and she's done just an amazing job. And, you know, as I thought about these awards, I took a look at the coins themselves, and Sinead really embodies all 5 of the pillars on the coin: courage, authenticity, integrity, relationships, and fun. She brings all that to the table. She brings all that to our department, and she really does exemplify the Amador gold standard. So I'm pleased to present this to Sinead Clement. Michelle Pichette. So Michelle came in this year and took over not just 1, but 2 brand new programs and had a lot of learning to do at the outset in both of those. And if that wasn't enough, just taking on 2 new programs, the state imposed significant changes to both of those with our Universal Transitional Kindergarten and ELOP, Extended Learning Opportunities Program. And so it's been a whirlwind of changes, and I can't think of anyone more qualified to do that. She has made it look easy when I know it certainly has not been, but just where she's brought the department from the beginning of year till now is amazing. And Michelle also just exemplifies all 5: courage, authenticity, integrity, relationships, and fun. And I'm just so thankful to have her as part of our team. Congratulations. Okay, this next one is not actually a member of our staff, the Educational Services team, but it's someone who I knew this fall early on that I just had to recognize. Could I have Tony Lindy come forward, please? So when I look at the challenge coin, the three that really come to mind with Tony is courage to take on everything she takes on. If anyone who knows Tony, she definitely, I call it courage. She may call it something else, or craziness. Yeah, relationships and fun. Like those three words to me embody Tony. I got to see firsthand this fall just her continued and ongoing commitment and dedication to our students. Tony is a retired teacher from Plymouth Elementary, for those of you who don't know. And I worked closely with her this fall on the logistics for the Amador Farm Day. And we know volunteerism has kind of waned, it seems, since the pandemic. And not only did Tony do a lot before then, she does even more now. And I was just amazed at that event. And then shortly after that, I worked closely with her. She was on the committee that helped with the Argonaut Mine disaster commemoration ceremony, and she was in charge of all the kids groups and events as well. And so just coordinating buses, communicating with teachers. And I mean, she never misses a beat. She knows every last detail, everything gets taken care of. If that wasn't enough, she also coordinates the Salmon in the Schools program, where our students get to raise salmon and go release them in the McCullough River. She's on the Amador Arts Board. She helped with, she's also now in charge of the junior building for the Amador County Fair. I mean, the list just goes on, and what she does for our students is absolutely amazing, so I just wanted to recognize Tony tonight. No, you don't have to talk tonight. I'll do the talking. And finally, certainly not least, last but not least, Linda Daly. Linda has been the stable force in the Educational Services Department for the last 4 years. She joined us and came from Jackson Elementary as a former teacher, and just dove right in. And she, I mean, just quickly became an expert in so many areas. I've been so thankful for the knowledge she has gained in all things related to English learners, English language development, serving our English learners, and helping move them toward English language proficiency. The number of students we reclassify each year now is just amazing, and a lot of that is due to Linda's knowledge and hard work in that area. She's our expert and guru in CASP testing and puts a lot of work into that. She leads the induction program, is just such a wealth of knowledge in that area, and supporting our new teachers. And just supporting teachers anytime they call or email when they can't log into this platform or that platform, or Linda, can you help with this? Linda, can you help with that? She also happens to be retiring, and so it's just such a great wealth of knowledge that's leaving our department. She's she's irreplaceable, and I'm just so thankful to have been able to work with her over these last few years. So Linda Daly, congratulations. Oh, I have to get her a balloon. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Sean.
I think we have transportation here, so it's just me.
Okay. And Mr. Bracco from Transportation is not here tonight, so the last challenge coin recognition is from Superintendent Gibson.
So I just have two really quick that I will give out. The first one is for someone who really is my right and left hand every day. She stepped into this position a year ago, a little over a year, well, no, actually right now a year ago, I think, this board meeting actually. And she had a lot of learning to do. She's gonna kill me right now. But she's really stepped into that role and is always a step ahead. And anybody who understands what the schedule of a superintendent or any cabinet member is, it can be complete chaos all day long, every day, depending. But I too, like Mr. Schneider, many of the things on this coin are part of her everyday being. I think the number one thing that comes out for me is authenticity, fun, and integrity. Those are the things you can hear her on the phone many times with community members, helping get them where they need to go, and just really supports me every single day, sometimes on Saturdays, sometimes at 10 o'clock at night. So Lori McQuiston, thank you for all you do for me. And the second person, this person also stepped into a brand new role. It was brand new to the district. We had never had this position. And I kept saying, well, who does that? And who does this? And everyone's like, well, nobody. And I said, well, that's a problem. So we created this position last year, and anytime I go to her and say, hey, I need this random document created out of the sky within 10 minutes, she's like, well, I made you five different versions. Which one do you like the best? Haley goes above and beyond every single day. She is an extraordinarily hard worker. She is dedicated. She equally is fun. She sits also in our office with Lori, so they get to hear all of my craziness. And from time to time, you'll hear both of them start to giggle over something that's happening. But she's a true, wonderful addition to the superintendent's office. And I know Mr. Critchfield will vouch for that because I stole her from him. So, Haley, thank you. And Haley is our communication specialist, in case people didn't know that.
Thank you.
Okay.
Congratulations to all of our challenge coin recipients tonight. I saw many employees of this district who are been a big part of my children's lives as they went through this school district, and I'm sure that is true for many people in this room. So we have a lot still to go. So with no further delay, Mr. Snyder, community hours for certificates and Block A letters.
Yes, thank you. So equally as satisfying, or maybe even more so than recognizing employees, is recognizing our students for their amazing service and hard work. First of all, we have our students from our adult transition program here tonight for some recognition, and let me tell you, they have been hard at work out in the community earning some hours. So we're going to begin with them, and we'll have them come up and get a certificate. I'll read their name and talk a little bit about how they earned those hours. So we will start with Dennis Roussan with 56 hours. Dennis, come forward. Dennis earned his hours served at the barn, cleaning stalls, feeding and cleaning animals, at the Interfaith Food Bank, bagging and counting food, and the Interfaith Thrift Store, dusting and putting away items. And we'll make sure that Dennis gets that. Next, Kylan Stevens. Kylan has earned 76 hours, hours served at the barn, same thing, cleaning stalls, feeding and cleaning animals, Interfaith Food Bank, bagging and counting food, Interbank Thrift Store, placing clothes on racks, dusting and putting away items. And we will make sure Kylan gets that. Leilani Cordova. Leilani. So Leilani has 102.5 hours, and she has served at the barn, cleaning stalls, feeding and cleaning animals, at the Interfaith Food Bank, bagging and counting food, at the Interfaith Thrift Store, placing clothes on racks, dusting and put away items, and she volunteered in classrooms at Plymouth Elementary and Pioneer Elementary. So congratulations, Leilani. Justine Luchesi, did I pronounce that right? No, not present. Okay. Justine has 75 hours, and the hours served at the barn, cleaning stalls, feeding and cleaning animals, Interfaith Food Bank, bagging and counting food, Interfaith Thrift Store, placing clothes on racks, dusting and put away items. So we will make sure Justine receives that. Next, Trevin Murphy. Okay. Trevin has 54 hours, and he worked at the barn, cleaning stalls, feeding and cleaning animals, and he cleans tables and floors as well. So we'll make sure Trevin gets that. Shelby Frias. So Shelby has 29.5 hours, served at the barn, cleaning stalls, feeding and cleaning animals, at the Interfaith Food Bank, bagging and counting food, Interfaith Thrift Store, placing clothes on racks, and dusting and putting away items. Congratulations, Shelby. Gabriela Salinas. Gabriela. Oh, Gabriel, sorry. So Gabe has 49 hours served at the barn, cleaning stalls, feeding and cleaning animals, the Interfaith Food Bank, bagging and counting food, and the Interfaith Thrift Store, placing clothes on racks, dusting, and putting away items. Congratulations, Gabe. Deanna Flores. So Deanna has 62 hours served at the barn, cleaning stalls, feeding and cleaning animals, Interfaith Food Bank, bagging and counting food, Interfaith Thrift Store, placing clothes on racks, dusting and putting away items. Congratulations, Deanna. And congratulations to all of our adult transition students out in the community performing service. So we have some additional recognitions now for Amador High School, Block A and certificates. So there's different levels. We'll start with the 135 hours, a minimum of 135, which does earn the Block A as well as certificate. Samuel Bramer, Sam. Sam has 135 hours, served as the football announcer, running the clock in chains for Amador Junior Buffs. Congratulations, Sam. I think we're going to get a picture of all of you, so make sure you don't leave. Scout Kasinger. Scout has 166.5 hours served with the S Club. Congratulations, Scout. Emily Lickus. Emily has 176 hours served with Amador Youth Basketball as an assistant coach, the Interact Club, a jacket drive, polio vaccine, Amador Boosters, and the S Club. Congratulations, Emily. Chloe Traxler. Chloe couldn't be here tonight, but she has 174 hours served at Cornerstone Church and the fairgrounds. Katie Francisconi. Katie has 269 hours served with ATCA, Medical Office, and S Club. Congratulations, Katie. Morgan Clark. Morgan has 194 hours served with the Amador Junior Buffalo Cheer. So the next level of recognition we have are for 270 hours or more. So they earn their Block A, a certificate, and then a pin that goes on the Block A. Janelle Fromm. Janelle has 433 hours served with the Volcano Community Theater, S Club, and Junior High Drama. Congratulations, Janelle. Bryson Miller. Bryson has 277 hours served with the Scouts, Church, and APAL. Declan Morgan. Declan has 297 hours served with Scouts, Cloud 19 Video for staff and students, Eagle Project at Mount Zion and Old Abe Canyon, Upcountry Rotary, STEM, Scoutmaster, ACUSD, Angel Giving Tree, Christmas cards for elderly people, pediatrics donation, Veterans Day, and fair setup. You've been busy. Congratulations, Declan. Sierra Scobie. Sierra has 479 hours, served as a volunteer with the Amador Junior Buffs Cheer and Coach JV. Congratulations, Sierra. Preston Smith.
He couldn't be here tonight.
Is that a band concert? Oh, okay. Preston has 299 hours served as an Eagle Scout and S Club, so we'll make sure Preston gets that. The next level we have, it gets even better, it gets even more, is 500 hours or more, and these students earn their Block A certificate, the pin for the Block A, and then a cord and keychain, a silver cord for Amador students for graduation, and then a keychain. So, Sarah Gomez, come forward, please. Okay, I'm going to have to read this here. Sarah had already been here before. She previously received her certificate in a Block A on April 27th, 2022. And then she completed another 232.5 hours for a total of 503.5 service hours. She has served as a volunteer in the active shooter training and for Amador Junior Buff Cheer. Congratulations, Sarah. Lucas Hunter. Lucas has 642.75 hours. He has served in the APAL Foster Kittens program, APAL, every 15 minutes, and an Eagle Scout project. So congratulations, Lucas. Dean Keller. Dean has 516 hours served in the PEP Club, FFA Boosters, Interfaith Food Bank, and evacuations with ETA at Lawton Ranch. Congratulations, Dean. And congratulations to all the Amador High School students. Okay, now we'll move to Argonaut High School. And again, the 135 hours or more, earning the Block A and certificate, Avery Forberg. Avery couldn't make it tonight, but with 182.5 hours served with volunteering at the Preston Castle Haunt and St. Catherine Drexel Church. So we'll make sure Avery gets that. Bridget Fox. Doesn't look like Bridget's here either. She has 257 hours served with Mustang Thanksgiving, dance performances, Preston Castle Haunt, and every 15 minutes. Scott Christofferson. Scott has 141 hours served as a volunteer at the WIC event, Jen Rusen's Scouts, and Eagle Project of painting fire hydrants. Congratulations, Scott. Jillian Rock. Jillian has 141 hours served at Argonaut Junior Mustangs Cheer. Abby Thomas. Abby has 138 hours served with the San Joaquin Sheriff's Department, Argonaut Basketball, FFA, and Amador Catering. Congratulations to Abby. And so at Argonaut, we're going to be skipping right to the 500 plus hours, recognitions, earning their Block A certificate, pin, a cord for graduation at Argonaut, and a keychain. This student also couldn't be here tonight. He's currently playing in the championship baseball game, Neil King. Neil was previously given his certificate in Block A on January 18th of this year, and then he completed another 200 hours for a total of 575 hours. He has served those hours with ASB and the ASB class float, while doing a lot of volunteering with the student body, so congratulations, Neil. Katie Rice. We're up 3-2 in the bottom of the fourth. Just got that update. Sorry. Couldn't keep that to myself. Thanks, Katie. Katie has 512 hours. She served at the Youth Softball Clinic, ASB Athletic Commissioner, and St. Sava Serbian Orthodox Church. Congratulations, Katie. And this one, we don't get a whole lot of students who reach this level, but we have actually 3 students who have surpassed the 1,000 community service hours mark. It's just amazing. The first one we have on our list here is Natalia Silva. So Natalia has been here previously on April 27th of 2022. She already got her 2P award for 500 plus, but then she did another 522 more hours for 1,568 total service hours. That's just amazing. She's earned those hours by doing volleyball stats, youth tennis. She helps out with Sprinkled Sweets, Avid, the ASB Senior Float, and at St. Catherine Drexel Parish. 1,568 hours. Congratulations. Daisy Gonzalez. So Daisy has 1,430 hours, and I was just chatting with her. She volunteers and does animal sitting, and so it's all voluntary, doesn't get paid for it, and documents it all. So congratulations to you, Daisy. That's a lot of hours. And the final recipient also could not be here tonight because she's volunteering doing stats for the baseball championship. Julia Vota. Julia. And Julia was here earlier this year to get her the 500 plus hours, and then she completed some more for a total of 1,005 service hours. She does basketball stats, baseball stats, and ASB. So congratulations to Julia. And congratulations to all of you who were up here tonight and who weren't here for your amazing community service. Our community is so much better just because of all of you. So thank you. And be sure you step out back. Haley back there is waiting for a group photo if you want to step out the back door. Thank you so much.
Congratulations to all of our students and all of their amazing community service projects. Next, we have staff retirements. Mrs. DeWalt.
While Jenny's getting ready for that, because I think she has just a quick thing. Preston couldn't be here, our senior student board member. So every year we have a senior and a junior. That's how we started it a year ago when I got here. And he came on as the junior board member last year and continued through his senior year. And so we are going to honor him tonight, but he unfortunately is at the band concert where he's also receiving other awards. So I promised that I would make sure I got this over to him, to Amador. And he has just been truly an exceptional student board member for us from Amador. And we're really excited for him to move on to college. He's going to Emory, I believe. Where is he going? Embry-Riddle, that's right. It was between there and Cal and all kinds of amazing choices that he had. He's an amazing student, and I can't wait to see where he goes in life. It's going to be fun to watch. And then we are very excited to have Maeve stay with us in her senior year, and then we'll acknowledge her 2-year stint as a board member at the end of next year. But we're excited, Maeve, that you're going to stick with us, I hope, and you'll move into that senior seat. So, but thank you to Preston Smith for his hours of service to the board.
Tonight Tonight, we'd like to honor all of the retirees for Amador County Unified School District and Amador County Office of Education. So the first one, with 40 years of service to Amador County Office of Education, Melanie Carlton. So Melanie serves our students with special needs and has done an amazing job for a very long time. The next one, with 38 years and 7 months worth of service, Debbie Lassich. Debbie has served our Amador County Office of Education in a multitude of capacities as an instructional aide for medically fragile, an admin assistant, union president, and the admin assistant to the county superintendent. The next one, with 28 years and 4 months worth of service, Ricky Padilla. And Ricky worked in our maintenance department. With 27 years and 9 months worth of service, Ms. M. Julia Mandison. Julia has been a fixture at Ione Elementary for those 27 years and 9 months. She has even taught kindergartners. But Julia has worked with our third graders for a very long time. And on a personal note, I enjoyed working with Julia for more than 2 decades. So congratulations on your retirement. With 26 years and 8 months of service, Mrs. Senora Teal. Mrs. Teal has been a Spanish teacher at Argonaut High School for all of those years. With 13 years and 9 months worth of service, Mrs. Baptista. Mrs. Baptista has been instrumental in helping students transition from elementary school to junior high at Jackson Junior High for years. Her compassion and skill as an educator will be missed on campus, and congratulations on her retirement. Linda Daly, I know she's retiring. Linda has been in the district for 10 years and 4 months, and she, for 21? For 21 years.
I hope I'm all the way over on the salary schedule. And every minute counts.
Yes. Next, we have Rose Outland, who is retiring as a preschool teacher with special education. Ruben Corbin is retiring as an elementary teacher. Ruben believed in the use of Chromebooks in his classroom even before distance learning. His class transitioned in 2020 was seamless. Ruben always thought outside the box, volunteering after school time and helping students in the chess club. Thank you, Ruben. Carol Reed. Carol Reed is a determined self-starter, which she employed in her intervention position at Pioneer Elementary. At the beginning of her tenure, she sought a specialized education in the Orton-Gilliam approach to literacy. And she worked very hard to support all of her students in intervention. A look into Carol's classroom the past 3 years would have been an opportunity to see the best practices in person. Carol's enthusiasm for helping children was first, but she also mentored new and veteran teachers, and her students gained emerging confidence as they learned to read. So thank you, Carol. Pam Benson. With a passion for working in the public sector, Pam Benson has been with the Amador County Unified School District since 2019 and has helped support our students and community both from the transportation and the business office departments. Having been promoted to senior accounts payable clerk to purchasing technician in the past year, Pam will be missed as a stable force in the business office. As she is set to retire to Montana following her last day on June 30th, we wish her nothing but the best and thank her for her time, effort, and energy in supporting our county. And then last but not least, Mr. Miles Cryer. After 37 years in education, Mr. Cryer is retiring from teaching this year. He has taught in Colorado, Florida, and California. He has spent his life's work teaching in alternative education settings, including junior high schools, and Department of Corrections. We are extremely lucky in November of 2020 that Mr. Cryer decided to spend his final years teaching at Independence High School. He teaches math, PE, and recently financial literacy. His most humbling realization about education is that you can't save all students. But when a student does make the decision to become successful, and without the system's interference, it makes all of our efforts worthwhile. Miles is an avid runner and often can be found completing marathons. We hope he has more time for running and his grandkids in his retirement. Congratulations to all of you. Haley wants a picture.
We also have some refreshments in honor of an appreciation of our retirees. So please help yourself. Did you want to do this board member recognition? You already did it. Okay. Okay, so I see Ms. Martz here from our employee organizations. Did you have comments today?
Thank you. It's CSEW, which stands for Classified School Employees Week this week. So we're excited about having our classifieds noticed and honored. And I gotta stop following this crowd because every time it's like, oh my gosh, I can't even compete with that. So this week we celebrate our transportation department, our paraprofessionals, our clerical staff, our IT staff, our food service workers, and our maintenance and grounds workers. It takes each and every one of our classified employees to make this district great and running smoothly. Dear Board, I hope that you take time this week to thank a classified worker for all they do. I know I appreciate each and every one of them, each and every one of our employees, and hope they know how truly valuable they are. Last night we had our second annual CSEW dinner, and we were very thankful for the generous donations of, did you just remember? That look on your face, okay. For the generous donations from the district of contributing dessert and drinks. I also want to give a big shout out to the culinary teacher, Mike Garcia from Argonaut High School. He and his students prepared a delicious spaghetti dinner complete with handmade pasta, salad, and garlic rolls. They also made a cheesecake that was truly delightful. We enjoyed coffee and Italian sodas as well. I can't wait for next year's dinner. Next year, I'm putting it on the calendar early so I don't have to compete with, 4 back-to-school nights and all kinds of other things. So we'll get it on there so you all can come next year, okay? So thank you again. I appreciate all that you do, And I know that you really appreciate all of our classified staff. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. We are on to the public comment portion of our agenda. It is for non-agenda items, as is our customary. If you have comments on an item that is on the agenda, we will have those comments immediately preceding that item. So at this time, we would like to invite, I have 2 speaker cards. I would like to invite Thelma Carver to the podium. And then following Thelma, we will have Keith Persons. And I would like to remind you that you have 3 minutes. And Mr. Whitaker will time us.
Thank you, Mr. Whitaker. I'm sure everybody knows that May is Mental Health Month. So I wanted to point that out. My name is Thelma Carver. I am standing before you today to share about feeling safe and having a positive environment in our schools. When I was in the 5th grade, I was feeling ill and was sent to the nurse's office. On the way to the nurse's office, there was 2 high school kids hanging out in front of the lobby. As I walked by, one boy made a comment that I didn't hear. The other boy told him not to talk to me because I was a dyke. I did not even know that at that time what a dyke meant. All I knew is that my feelings were hurt because I knew people would not want to talk to me. As I grew older and became more aware of lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer or questioning, intersexual, asexual, and two-spirit plus community, I also became aware of how society would judge me for how I dressed and for how I loved others. You see, I consider myself just me. I'm just me. Some would say I'm a two-spirit. For those who bully or make fun of those who are different, ask yourself, what is it that scares me about you? If you are struggling today, who are you? If you are struggling today in who you are, please know you are not alone. Today I'm here to let you know that I and the staff at Sierra Winds are available as support. We have groups available and are always open to suggestions on ways to be of more support. I am here to request that Amador County Unified School District and Amador County Office of Education adopt a policy that will mandate for all district staff complete an annual training in culturally inclusive practices and how to support our LGBTQAI2 Spirit Plus. I believe this training is needed because 1 in 10 youth enrolled in California's public middle school and high schools identify as LGBTQAI2 Spirit Plus. LGBTQAI2 Spirit individuals report very high adverse childhood experiences. 41.6 report 4 or more of these experiences compared to 25.3 for heterosexual individuals. With this training, I truly believe that everyone will feel safer. My name is Thelma Carver. I am two-spirit, and I love all people. Thank you.
Mr. Persons? And again, I'll remind you, we will be timing for 3 minutes, and that kind of give you an idea of how long that was.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Keith Persons, and I'm 65 years old. I am the LGBTQAI2+ spirit at Sierra Wind Wellness and Recovery Center on Argonaut Lane. I would like to tell you how it was for me being a youngster in the 1960s and 1970s and being called names that I didn't quite understand. I knew I was in a category that was different than other boys and girls with my mental illness and knowing that I was being harassed, bullied by other boys. I had a best friend until the 6th grade, when during PE class, he was told by other boys he could be friends with them if he beat me up, and he did, and we were never friends again. Some of those same boys and others bullied me for being gay until I graduated from high school in 1976. I thought I was the only student in a class of 300, and I found out later that at least 1 in 10 youth enrolled in California public middle and high schools identify as LGBTQAI 2-Spirit Plus, even back then. I never wanted to harm myself or think about suicide, but sometimes I wish I would disappear or become invisible. Even in my adult life, being a proud gay man, I think about the trauma I experienced in school and how that led me to bad relationships and not having any male friends in my life, even to this day. My wish is that no student should have to experience what I went through and enjoy their self-identity and cherish their school years with praise, gratitude, and not to be ashamed who they are. It could possibly be a turning point in their future. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any questions or comments on items on the consent agenda? If we do not, then I would ask for a motion to approve.
I move to approve item 12, the consent agenda.
Thank you, Kayla.
I'll second.
Thank you, Maeve. Roll call vote. We will do the advisory vote first. Maeve?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Crow?
Yes.
Ms. Parker?
Yes.
Mr. Marzano?
Aye.
Mr. Whitaker?
Yes.
I'm also a yes. Thank you. We don't have any communications items. Moving on to discussion action items. First, we have textbook adoption recommendations for government, economics, and physics. Mr. Snyder.
Yes, thank you. Excuse me. Throughout the course of this school year, Amador County Unified School District's high school government, economics, and physics teachers back earlier this year reviewed the various state-adopted textbook choices available for adoption. The teachers previewed and evaluated all textbooks that were available and ancillary materials, and after a thorough evaluation, they decided on 2 of them to pilot, or which options to pilot in each content area. Each teacher had the opportunity to pilot both textbook options in their content area over this school year. Based on the pilot and evaluation process described in the attachments, the following textbooks are recommended for adoption. For high school government, Magruder's American Government Interactive from Savas Learning. For high school econ, California Economics, Principles in Action, again from Savas. And for high school physics in the universe, it's called Physics in the Universe from STEM Scopes, California NGSS 3D. The fiscal implications are listed there at $172,760. We fund textbook adoptions through what there's restricted lottery funds that we get that are pretty restricted for textbook adoptions and things that are used for instruction. And so there is a healthy balance in that account. And so I'd be happy to answer any questions at this time.
Do we have any questions on the curriculum? If you do not have any questions, we are ready for a motion.
I move that we approve item 14.1, textbook adoptions, recommendations for government, economics, and physics.
Thank you, Jim. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Shane. We're going to do roll call vote now. Maeve?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Crow?
Yes.
Ms. Parker?
Yes.
Mr. Marzano?
Aye.
Mr. Whitaker?
Yes.
And I'm also a yes. 14.2, new course approval for video production / Media 26. This is a CCAP course with Columbia College. Mr. Snyder.
Yes, thank you. And just to clarify what CCAP means, it's dual enrollment. That's the bottom line is that. So students can earn college credits and high school credits at the same time while taking it. This course introduces students to video production, aesthetics, and terminology. Students will learn the essentials of creating basic computer video, project pre-planning, including scripting, production practices, including editing, and post-production. Students will attain skills in editing footage and audio using digital editing software. In this project-based course, students will work individually and in groups on approved projects and participate in class critiques. Students earn 3 units of college credit through Columbia College, which equals to 10 units or 10 credits of high school credit. And this, if you are familiar with the people who would be in the running to teach the class, it would probably be Mr. King at Argonaut, Mr. Tierpak at Amador, and potentially even Mrs. Farrar over there at Independence, although I don't know if she was in the planning part of this, but that's right up your alley for sure. So I'd be happy to answer any questions about this class.
Are there any questions? I had one question, small question.
Yeah.
Is it physically, do they take it at the high school or do they take it at Columbia?
Great question. So the CCAP courses are taught by, well, this, actually not all of them, but this particular one, our teachers get certified as adjunct professors through Columbia. And so right now, Mr. Tierpak already is. I don't know if Mr. King is in process to do that. So it's actually a college course taught by one of our teachers.
Okay.
On our campus.
I think that's important to know because it makes it a lot more accessible for the students.
Yes, they don't need to drive to Columbia. We have some classes in the culinary area that are CCAP courses that are dual enrollment, in the media arts. I think at least one of our ag classes might be a dual enrollment for next year as well. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it is a great opportunity, and yes, all students have access.
And it's really great too, when they do take the dual enrollment classes, when they finish from here, they already have college units, so they're not an incoming freshman, they're technically a transfer.
Yes, yeah.
So they get a little bit sooner pick than the freshmen coming in with no units.
Yeah, they're transferable to to universities, so it is really a great deal. And they're free, that's best of all, to the students. They don't cost any money.
That was going to be my second question.
Yeah, we even, so we use some of our grant money to purchase textbooks for the kids even that they need for the classes. So some of them are online texts, some of them are physical, digital, or hard copy texts, and we're able to support the textbook purchase as well.
So that's not every dual enrollment.
No, these are, the CCAP ones are the ones that are taught in person on our campuses, and that's an agreement with Columbia College. There are additional offerings that a lot of students take advantage of during the school year and also in the summer quite a bit that are online through, a lot of them are oh, what's the name? I'm not thinking of the college right now for most of those online ones. Coastline Community College, yes, there it came to me. And so those are not taught in person, they're all online, but still the same thing, transferable credit to universities, so another great opportunity.
Is that tuition also free for those?
Some of them have a small fee, I think. Has anyone, I believe, I heard like one of them was $60 or something. Mr. Gardner's our expert in that area. I was always under the impression all of them were free, but I've learned recently that there are some minor fees for some of those, and we obviously work with any student who needs support. And if that's a barrier to them participating, we want to help with that if we can.
Thank you. If there are no further questions, we're ready for a motion.
I'll move to approve item 14.2.2, new course approval, video production / media 26.
Thank you, Mr. Crowe. A second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Ms. Parker. Roll call vote. Ms. Clement?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Crowe?
Yes.
Ms. Parker?
Yes.
Mr. Marzano?
Aye.
Mr. Whitaker?
Yes.
I'm also a yes. Mr. Snyder, you're still on deck. We have the MOU with Big Smiles Dentistry.
Yes, thank you. So Big Smiles Dentistry provides mobile dental services for students on all of our campuses. It's actually a really great deal. Usually right around this time, they've already taken a bunch of signups for next year, and they come multiple times throughout the school year. come out in a bus or a mobile van, things like that. And it's free dental services for students in need. Forms go home either at elementary in the Tuesday envelopes or secondary schools through the students, I guess, or Parent Square. And it's just an opportunity. You know, there's a lot of barriers to accessing dental care, just getting to appointments or finding a dentist who takes Medi-Cal or things like that. Well, this Big Smiles does all of that and comes right to our schools to serve students where they need it. And so we know how important dental care is to overall health, and we're excited to formalize this through this MOU. So I'd be happy to answer any questions at this time.
Does anybody have questions?
I have a question. In reading this, it says provides dental health services, and then going down to like 7, it says when available, excuse me, Medicaid covers 100% of treatment. Most insurances are accepted. For those without insurance, self-pay options are available. So it's not for free services, or it is free services?
They take Medi-Cal, Medicaid, Medi-Cal. So, yeah, that's an interesting statement there. I know that, you know, there's a lot, they scramble and the nurses help find coverage for any student who needs it. So I might have to get back to you on just clarifying that, but I know, you know, if you don't have insurance, you're eligible for Medi-Cal and they take Medi-Cal. So I've never had a student or into a situation as, you know, principal when they would come out where it's like, oh, sorry, we can't serve you because you don't have insurance and, you know, you can't pay for it. So I'd be happy to get some clarification on that and maybe email back through a board communication.
Sure, that'd be good.
Okay.
Are there any additional questions? If not, we're ready for a motion.
I'd like to move that we approve item 14.3, the MOU with Big Smiles Dentistry.
Thank you, Mr. Whitaker. Can I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Ms. Clement. Roll call vote. Ms. Clement?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Crow?
Yes.
Ms. Parker?
Yes.
Mr. Whitaker? I'm sorry, Mr. Marzano?
Aye.
Mr. Whitaker?
Yes.
And I'm also a yes.
Thank you.
14.4, CSEA number 239 MOU, the Classified School Employee Summer Program. Ms. DeWalt.
This is an opportunity for our 10 and 11 month classified employees to get 12 checks. What they do is a predetermined amount that they select gets deducted from their check every month, and it's like a savings account. And then the state, through Ed Code 44500, has allocated funds. And then there's like a formula for matching funds, so it's an opportunity for employees to get paid 12 checks in the summertime, or that 12th check in the summertime. And so it's just agreeing that we can have employees sign up for it, is what the MOU says. It does not cost us as a district anything.
What would the matching funds be for?
Go ahead.
So where it started was it was a recognition that 10 and 11-month employees have a hard time in the summer with collecting a paycheck in some way, shape, or form. And so through that Ed Code, they actually set state budget money aside. And then once they determine how many employees participate in the program and how much money was set aside, then they determine the match. So there's been years where it's been dollar for dollar. So if that employee set aside $1,000 over the year, then in the summer they'll get $2,000. There's been other years where it's 60 or 70 cents on the dollar. But they're getting some state money that gets added to their deferral that they've pulled out of their own money. So they're required to pull money out. Employees who don't get any summer payment.
And so just to clarify, CSEA, those are which employees are they? They're not our teachers,
No,
right?
this is just a program for classified employees.
Okay.
Bus drivers, food service workers, aides, secretaries, those types of positions.
Okay. And it's voluntary.
Absolutely, yeah.
Did you guys have any additional questions? Okay, we're ready for a motion.
I will move to approve item 14.4 CSEA number 239 MOU classified school employee summer program.
I'll go ahead and second.
Thank you, Ms. Parker and Mr. Whitaker. We'll do the roll call vote. Ms. Clement?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Crow?
Yes.
Ms. Parker?
Yes.
Mr. Marzano?
Aye.
Mr. Whitaker?
Yes.
And I'm also a yes. Our last discussion action item is a new resolution. Well, this isn't really new, but I guess it's new for this year, for the tax revenue anticipation note. Mr. Critchfield.
Yes, this is something we've done for many, many years, except for 1 year and probably the last decade plus. So this has to do with cash flow. So just as a quick summary, when we put in our formula for student attendance and it turns into our LCFF number, our local control funding formula number, that is our main source of income for the year. So as an example, for next year, we're projecting about 47 to 48 million in LCFF funds that come in. The way it works on a state level is they create these formulas that use local property taxes to offset an amount of that 48 million. So our tax base is projected to produce about $31 million in property taxes next year that will go toward that 48 million. So this is not a budget issue, it's a cash flow issue. The majority of property taxes are collected in December and in April. And so what happens is when the state then only actually sends us, will only actually send us about $16 million next year in revenue. They spread that 16 million out every month, so that works out to about 1.33 million. So this is what happens. We start our new fiscal year, and the state sends us a check for 1.33 in July, another one in August, September, October, November. Well, those first 5 months of the year, we have payroll, which is our largest expense. And we don't treat our employees like the state does with our revenue and say, we're only gonna pay you in December and April, right? We pay our employees either 11 or 12 months. Our payroll right now sits at about $3.8 million per month. So in that 5 months to start the year, we will pay about $19 million in payroll, but we will only collect about $6.65 million in state aid. And so the tax revenue anticipation note is just that we will receive tax revenues where it's in anticipation of receiving those, but in order to have the cash necessary to make payroll in those first 5 months, we need to get a loan, okay? We've worked a way to structure it now that we're in a better financial position where in the end, it really doesn't cost us much. It's a low interest rate and we can earn interest off that money borrowed, and we basically use a mechanism where the interest we earn off the borrowing, we then use to make the payment on the loan. So in the end, it doesn't end up costing us much, but if I had to summarize it is we just need the cash. So that is why this resolution is before you tonight, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
At some point, are we not gonna, I mean, I feel like legislatively or something, we should address the fact that school districts across the state have to borrow millions of dollars because they're waiting for their money, and the teachers, I mean, our staff, they have to get paid. I feel like it's really a disservice to us, and I don't know.
Yeah, Julie, I have many editorial comments on this whole concept that I typically keep to myself at a public board meeting, but yes, it is challenging. The problem with changing the process is we would be changing the process on how local property taxes are collected, because that's the connection to this cash flow. And there's just no sign of that changing anytime soon.
Mr. Critchfield, most districts in the state follow the same practice that we do by taking a TRAN.
Absolutely. I mean, I've referenced this before. Our reserves, people talk about, well, what about your reserves? Our reserves this last year sat at 3.7 million. That doesn't even cover 1 month of payroll. So while some might say, well, those are really high reserves, that's like a 6% reserve. Again, that doesn't even cover 1 month of payroll. So we don't have a bunch of cash sitting in the bank that we can float ourselves to get us all the way to December as we're waiting for local property taxes. Is that,
And because we have such a good reserve, it costs us less to borrow money.
correct? When you're in a better financial position, your interest rate is going to be lower, just like an individual, right?
Can I just, where's the loan? Can you just explain the loan just a little bit for me? Just summary, like where's the loan coming from, the bank?
So
That might sound like a dumb question.
it's,
but-
no, it's not a dumb question. It really doesn't come from a bank. We have a third party that helps organize all of this, but it truly is them reaching out to a bunch of rich people to say, hey, you want to float someone cash for 6 months and we'll give you this much money in return. That's what it is. It's a pool of people that they have that essentially make money off of this because they do have this kind of money sitting in the bank.
And it is a decent, I mean, interest rates are a little crazy right now, so it is a decent interest rate.
It is, yeah.
Okay. Do we know what the interest rate is?
No, we won't until we finalize this.
Okay.
Typically in the past, what has the interest rate been? I know it can vary from year to year.
Well, I mean, I can say it this way, because of the way it's structured, I don't want to get too down into the dirty details. 7 million like this is probably going to cost us anywhere from $70,000 to $85,000 to borrow.
And this is just, if you don't know, is there a way to recoup that money from our wonderful government? That we are now losing $70,000 to $80,000 from our school district that already has no money?
I feel like you're baiting me. No.
I'm not baiting you.
I know you're not.
I'm not baiting you at all.
No, there is not a mechanism to recoup that interest rate that we have to pay.
I think I'm gonna write a letter, but okay.
That would be great. I can help you write that if you'd like.
But Jared, like you say, we take the Tran, we get the money, and I'm just gonna grab a number, 20 million, let's say, and then we're not spending the 20 million all in the first month. It goes in the bank, we make interest off it, and that interest helps pay our loan off.
Correct.
I'm just trying to help.
Yeah, absolutely. That is correct.
It's not ideal.
It's still dumb,
This is what we
but
do
yes,
because
I
we
get
have
it.
to pay our staff.
It is still ridiculous.
And it is very, I feel like there should be a solution to this that is more than us just going out and getting a loan, because we're not alone. Like there's so many of them. And I say this every year.
And this is my first go around with this, so this is not the first time we've done this, I'm assuming.
We had, what year, it was the year before last, so that would have been the 2021 school year, when they threw a ton of COVID money at us, that we had enough cash to not get a Tran. But that was a bunch of one-time money for all the different COVID relief, federal and state funds. And so that actually, and we had 2 to 3 years to spend that money down. So a lot of that cash came to us up front. So it gave us enough starting cash to get through payroll. But I can tell you this, even in that year when we had a bunch, at the end of November, I think we had about 70,000 in cash flow left on a $50+ million budget. That's like the equivalent of the average person having like $1.15 in cash at the end of November. So it was still really, really tight. And then we got a huge influx of cash in December when all the property taxes came in. So that's the only time, Kayla, that I know of in the last 10+ years that we haven't needed a Tran. Yeah, that was the one year we didn't.
Thank you, Jared.
You're welcome.
Any follow-up questions? Okay, then we are ready for a motion, I believe.
I move that we approve item 14.5, the ACUSD 22-23 tax revenue anticipation note.
Thank you, Mr. Whitaker. A second, please.
I'll second.
Thank you, Ms. Parker. Roll call vote. Ms. Clement?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Crow?
Yes.
Ms. Parker?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Marzano?
Aye.
Mr. Whitaker?
Yes.
I'm also a yes.
Thank you.
That concludes our discussion action items tonight. We're moving on to board reports, or I'm sorry, superintendent's report. Dr. Gibson?
Don't really have anything, just a reminder that, well, I know you guys know this, but not everybody else knows, but I will be gone the next 2 board meetings. So Mr. Critchfield will be sitting in my seat, lucky him. I will be gone for a few weeks, and then he is going to be gone for a few weeks after that. So we are tag teaming the summertime, so I just want to tell the staff what a wonderful year we've had, even through a few struggles and bumps in the road. We've survived another year together, and they just get better and better. So I'm very appreciative to the board. Again, I know it's not so new, but again, welcome to our not so new to the board members. And I just wish everybody a really wonderful summer, getting some relaxation and time with family and friends, with COVID being 100% gone at this point. Thank you, goodness. Yeah, I think that's really all I have. Do you guys have anything over here? They're not even paying attention, so never mind. We're good.
Score update.
Score
bottom of
update, yeah.
6.
Argonaut was down a minute ago. Are they back up?
They're up 7-6 in the bottom of the 6th.
Okay. They were down, so I was a little panicked over here, so thank you.
Don't even say that on the mic.
It's okay. I gotta send them the vibes that they gotta get it going.
We
All
need
right.
rally caps or something.
Rally towels.
Thanks for that. Okay,
You're welcome.
board reports. Mr. Crow. Oh, I'm sorry, Ms. Clement.
Hi, guys. I kind of have a lot to report on because the end of the year is kind of crazy at school. So the first 2 weeks of May, we had AP testing. So that was definitely stressful and exhausting. And I know everyone is very, very happy to be done with AP testing and done with their AP classes and looking forward to a break over summer. We also had our FFA banquet last week, I believe, and there they elected their new officers for next year. So I know everyone's really excited for next school year and to serve in those new positions. We also had ASB elections for next year, so we have new additions into the class. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think it'll be super fun and another good year in ASB. We had our CTE showcase last week or this week, one of the weeks, and they highlighted the culinary, the floral, wood shop, FFA, and then the video production and gaming classes. So that was super cool. I know a lot of those students like to highlight what they've been working on and doing in their CTE classes. We also have had a lot of school trips because it's the end of the year. So last week on Thursday, we had our CSF, which stands for California Scholarship Federation. We had our annual trip to Santa Cruz. And last year we went, the rides weren't open. We weren't really good about planning that. So this year they were. So that was a lot more fun. It gave us more to do. And then we also have the Avid trips. I know last week the Avid seniors went to Disneyland, and then I think they leave tomorrow. The juniors are going to 6 different colleges and Santa Cruz. So I know I've talked to a lot of them, and they're all super excited and looking forward to that. What organization is that? Avid, yeah. And then we have our senior trip on Friday. And I know they've had a hard time because there was still some COVID restrictions. But I think they ended up deciding to go. They're going to the Dennis Dalton Foundation during the day, and there's a pool there and different arcade games. So they're excited for that. And then in the evening, they're going to San Francisco for a dinner cruise over the bay. And then we've also had a lot of sports successes. So right now, our varsity baseball team is playing Leroy Green. So we're all rooting for them. And then a junior, Jake Todden, he's an amazing shot put thrower. So he won sections out of and it was not just winning sections in the D5 division, but combined with every single division. So he beat the second place guy by I think 7 inches. So I know he's going to state, and he's only he's 1 out of 25 throwers and he keeps like breaking his own school record. So that's super exciting, and I know he puts a lot of work into that. So it's super cool to see. And then we have our Powder Puff game tomorrow. So basically, the girls play football and the guys cheer. So it's the freshmen and juniors versus the sophomores and seniors. So we've been having like practices all week. So I'm super excited for that. It should be really fun. And then our AP Human Geography class, which is offered to freshmen, is having a canned food drive. I think this is the first year they've done it, and it's becoming like a competition between two different groups. So that's cool. AP Human Geography was like, I think probably my favorite class I've taken in high school so far. It's super interesting, and Mr. Goff's a super good teacher. So that's super cool. And then tonight, our band is doing a concert with Amador at Amador. So I know that's like their last concert of the year. So a lot of people are really excited to play their music and be able to show off what they've been working on. We also all picked up our yearbooks today at lunch. So it's been kind of cool. It's a fun like end of the year thing because everyone's like passing their yearbooks around and signing them and then looking through all the pictures throughout the year. So that was really fun today. And then coming up, we have a lot of events on like the last day of school. So we always do like a last day fun day. And this year we're getting food trucks. So we have like a taco truck coming, and I believe like a Kona ice, which is like snow cones coming. So that should be really fun. And I know everyone's really looking forward to that. And on the last day of school, we also have like our senior walkout rally. So like the first day of school, the seniors like walk in to like begin their senior year. And then this one, like the seniors walk out. So all like the staff and students like say goodbye to them. So that's a super fun rally and like a good way to send off the seniors. And then that night we have graduation. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. It was a super good school year, so I'm super excited for next year, and I think it'll be a good one.
Thank you. That was a lot. I always enjoy hearing it though, because it's a lot of stuff that you wouldn't otherwise know about.
For sure.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Shane, did you have anything to report?
Nothing to report.
I did attend the Amador High School CTE showcase, and I thought that was really great to see all the good stuff that they're doing there. So yeah, that's all.
Awesome. Mr. Marzano?
I don't have anything to report. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Whitaker?
I attended both Amador's CTE showcase with Mrs. Parker and also Argonaut's CTE showcase, and they were both phenomenal. We have some very good programs going around. I did happen to see on the webpage that there was a survey done that some people would like to see some newer areas or some different areas put on CTE, and hopefully that we'll look into that going forward.
Thank you, Mr. Whitaker. So I missed the last meeting because I was at scholarship night at Amador High School, and they gave away over $200,000, which I think is a bit of a record for us so far. And it's a long night. It took over 2 hours. Nobody was long-winded. It's just that's how many scholarships and awards they give away, and it truly is impressive. It's hard to sit that long, but it's worth it to see the community come out and support the kids, and they do it every single year. Looking forward, tomorrow and Friday at 6 p.m. at Amador is the drama review. So I will be going to that tomorrow and getting an eyeful there. I've been promised it was going to be extremely entertaining. So that's all I have, other than I will see everyone at graduations across the county next week. I am so excited. It's one of my favorite things to do as a board member. So thank you. Our next meeting is June 14th. Do we only have one in June?
2.
Oh, we do have 2.
14th and 21st.
Okay.
2 weeks in a row.
Oh.
LCAP budget.
Okay.
They have to go twice.
So it is unusual. I thought because of the date, we were only having one, so we will have two in June.
Yeah, and the 14th, there's also a SELPA meeting at 5, then 5:30 regular, and then county after that, and then it's kind of a rinse repeat for the second time. That's when you'll formally vote on budget and LCAP the second meeting. May probably won't be here then. She'll probably be off on summer break, but you're welcome to come maybe. You don't. Okay. You're not expected to
Okay.
be here then. If you're around, yeah.
I think that's my dad's birthday, so.
You think? I appreciate the heads up about the SELPA because that does change our meeting time. So Wednesday, June 14th, we will have SELPA at 5, followed by our regular ACUSD meeting at 6:30 here at the county building. We are adjourned. It is 8:10.